Well, our number one pet topic is simplicity. We think we can make our best decisions if we make fewer, simpler decisions. And I think for a lot of investment practitioners, they make life as complex as possible. Complex investment processes, complex product structures, shorting, macro considerations. But for us, what works, we want to be owners of businesses that become more valuable over time. It's as simple as that. And where externalities matter, like interest rates and trade agreements, who's going to win elections, what happens to GDP, central bank moves, we don't want to own businesses where that matters. We're owners of businesses, we don't short businesses, and we want our capital fully deployed, fully invested behind a relatively few number of businesses that meet quite exacting quality criteria. Nike's a great example. It's a great example of a simple business that we understand well. We like to own businesses that are the largest in their market, where size and scale is an inherent advantage, where size and scale wins. And in the business that Nike's in, they're by far and away the largest, and it's clear that being the largest is a huge advantage. It's very difficult to be a number three. Under Armour is number three with 6% of sales globally in a market where Nike is almost 10 times the size. And if you think about what this business is all about, the logistics of creating product, distributing product to a vast number of retailer outlets around the world, different sizes, sponsoring different athletes in different sports, and doing it at scale. It's very difficult to do it if you're small. So for Nike, every year they're growing about twice, 2 or 3 times the rate at which their end market's growing. Every year that size advantage becomes even more powerful, and their relationship between, or the size of Nike relative to the number 2 and number 3 gets larger. In 2019 and 2020, Under Armour sales in North America will decline, and Nike sales in North America are growing about 8 or 10% per annum. You can see that, and they're doing it much more profitably than their peers. There's huge muscle behind that business in terms of their ability to get their brand out there, sponsor lots of teams, and also size allows them to distribute their brand across a lot of sports, a lot of athletes, a lot of teams, a lot of countries, rather than making a single bet on, I'm going to pick the next superstar athlete, or maybe gets injured next season and he's not around. And so that's where, again, Nike's able to use their brand muscle across many, many markets. And what we like is the value of that size and scale has been evidenced over many, many years. The consistency of their profitability, the consistency of their market share gains across countries, across sports, from apparel to footwear, men's and women's, is very, very impressive.